Riwruok mar Jochung weche motisi ni Editors Guild kod riwruok mar jofwambo mano Kenya Union of Journalists okwedo okang' mamalo mar wach mar meko gi thuon mar jofwamb weche kod sand jofwambo kinde mag ng'anyo. Ka giloso kod jofwambo tesendo obila makarin, jotelogo oseobila kuom geto jofwambo kinde ng'anyo ka giwacho ni chike ma pacho ka osiro kendo rito tije mag jofwambo. Bende jofwambo go osemeko gi thuon mar jafwambo matene Macharia Gaidho manya otimore okinyi ma kawuono. Editors Guild ochiwo notice ne obila mandala beriyo mondo miyo kaw okang' ne obila masando jofwambo kaw kamano to gibiro luongo ng'anyo mar tipo e pacho kae.
Okay, my name is Macharia Gaidho. I am a journalist. I'm a member of the Kenya Editors Guild. I'm here with my colleagues from the Guild, from the KUJ media fraternity. I'm here with members of my family. This morning, shortly after I left home around 8:05 a.m., I live in Kirarapon. I was blocked by a civilian car. As I was waiting for it to move out, two other men came on my left side where I was seated. My son was driving, opened the door and tried to pull me out. They did not identify themselves, so I refused to get out of the car and instructed my son to drive away. So we drove away. I think I was left with one handcuff on my wrist. We drove away. They followed us, and we decided to come to current police station because we recognize that this is an abduction or a carjacking or some similar criminal activity. So we came to current police station to look for help. We drove right into the station, but those two cars followed us right inside and forced me into their car.
The law, the police standing orders, the Criminal Procedure Code provides for the manner in which a suspect is supposed to be arrested. Nobody is saying Macharia Gaidho cannot commit a crime. He can't commit a crime. He's not above the law. But the law must be applied when arresting him, when charging him, when arraigning him before a police cell for him to be transmitted to court. So we shall be moving very swiftly today to implement the two legal instruments available for the citizens of this country.
Umefikia wakati ambapo tunaona serikali haina heshima kwa vyombo vya habari. Na sio tu maash na pole sana kwa kile ambacho kimekufika hii leo. Inasikitisha sana kwamba kama wanahabari hatuna amani tena. Kazi yetu na ndio sposa kazi ambayo tunaifanya inatambuliwa chini ya kipengee ambacho kinazungumza kuhusu haki za kibinadamu. Mbona media ikawa ndio peke yake imetambuliwa kwenye Bill of Rights? Ni kwa sababu taifa linatutegemea sisi kupata habari, kufahamishwa, na tuna haki ya access to information. Lakini wakati ambapo tunataka kuwafahamisha wananchi, tunakuwa kwamba sisi sasa ndio walengwa, tumekuwa adui. Mash amekuja katika kituo cha polisi ambapo anajihisi kwamba ni salama. Lakini kufikia wakati ambapo analengwa akiwa katika kituo cha polisi ni jambo la kusikitisha sana na ni jambo ambalo tunalikemea pakubwa sana.
We can only send a notice to them and also to journalists from wherever they are. Please go out with your tools of trade. Let us expose what is going on. If Kenyans are being killed, if Kenyans are being abducted, please come out and say it as it is. Don't be intimidated. We know yesterday a journalist was shot in Nakuru, 3 rubber bullets targeting her, and that is not by mistake. And I don't buy this story of mistaken identity of Macharia. That's what we call stories ajaba.
Kwa mgojanko ten record watch makamana tiri achiel kachiel nyaka Upper Hill kama okil dansa na mari kachiel gi jofwambo Macharia Gaidho pod nitiere kendo gitwak gi jofwambo winje gina bende dhi mbele kono.
We have come to the investigator to investigate what happened at Zaipoa. If indeed violations were done, as we have shown the previous bodily harm occasioned on our client, then file to be forwarded to the Director of Public Prosecution urgently, because this is a matter of national interest. This is a matter of international interest. We shall be moving, if I'm instructed by the leadership of the media fraternity, to issue a strike notice for demonstration in regard to the number of journalists who have been injured in the whole country. Yesterday, a journalist with the Media Max K24 was shot while he on duty, dressed in the official regalia for the media, carrying the media badges. That cannot go unpunished. We shall also be launching that complaint shortly, and very many complaints from the media that the people who are the fourth estate have faced the wrath of the police. So we shall not only be reporting one matter. The leadership of the Media Council, the Editors Guild, and the others will be putting a claim to you. It is our onerous task that we are brought before you, but we have confidence that you will be able to solve this problem on behalf of the 55 million Kenyans who depend on the media to know exactly where their country is going, what the country wants to do, and what is the solution for the country. Thank you very much. Unless the media personality, the president, can also say one word.
Maybe before we allow them allow questions, the compliment.
Yes, again, my name is Masharia Gaido. It is true that this morning, shortly after I left home, I was intercepted by an unmarked car by people in plain clothes. They tried to pull me out of the car, but I did not know who they were. As far as I knew, they could have been criminals. So I refused to get out of the car, and I resisted. And my son, who was driving, managed to drive away. We went to Karen police station to seek help. But we were followed into Karen police station, and I was violently bundled into a car by those same people who I could not identify, and they did not identify themselves, and driven away. For me, that was a case of abduction. But after about 10 minutes or so, or 15, they stopped. They had some of their own conversations and drove me back to Karen police station. Still, they had not identified themselves. And when I asked them to identify themselves, they refused. Instead, they were slapping me for resisting arrest. And I told them, as far as I know, I'm not resisting arrest because you are not police officers unless you identify yourselves. At Karen police station, that is when they told me, it was a case of mistaken identity, which of course is a ridiculous thing. But before I went home, I insisted on reporting a crime, which I did. It is in the occurrence book. The next thing was to record a statement. But I was advised by my lawyer, the police will not investigate themselves, so I should come and report it here. And that is why I have come to IPOA. It is well known why IPOA was established as an independent civilian body to regulate the police. But I also know that since this government came to power, it has often trashed the work of IPOA. We know that the National Police Service has been resisting and defying IPOA. And we hope that this time IPOA will assert itself. We do expect justice. I would not add to what my lawyer has said, but we do expect that if indeed those who are police officers, they will be arrested, all of them, and made to bear individual responsibility. But it does not stop there. There is something called command responsibility. Those who sent them out to arrest a citizen in a brutal, illegal manner, and I am not mincing words, the Inspector General of Police, or the Acting Inspector General, the Director of DCI must also be made to bear responsibility and called to account. And it does not stop there. That is command responsibility within the police service. There is also command responsibility within the government or within the political system. Those who are encouraging officers to act illegally, to brutalize citizens, must also be called to account. We expect nothing less. Finally, I would just like to thank those who rallied to my support. First of all, my family. Because if they had not raised the alarm in good time, I don't know where those people would have taken me. We have heard of people being abducted illegally and not seen again, or bodies found in quarries. My family did a great job raising the alarm from the moment it happened and recording it.
Koram